This is day 1363 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Should be Zeicha that the schools of our learning should have some impact on the situation in Eretz Yisrael and the war in Gaza. Today we are doing the Redesim and Reish Mem Gimel, Sif Zion, to Reish Mem Dalid, Sif Hey. Zion. Misha Mizazah Tam Chacham Yesh Eidim out there. Somebody who denigrates the Tam Chacham, and there are witnesses about this. On this, should be Zo. He was degraded. Ben before Ben Shofar, whether it was in front to his face or not to his face. Chayav neither that person is to be put in cherem. Ben matim lad shiratzach chacham shenidu b'shlo. You don't release him cherem until he appeases Tam Chacham on whose account he has been put in cherem. Cherem b'zas chacham achram also. Even denigrates a chacham after the chacham's death. You say, okay, they do the same thing. And you release him when he does tshuva. You're early. Since they start we have to go with, to his kever with 10 people. And ask for forgiveness. If it's buried at a distance, you can send an agent or to write a letter to their that they should ask Mechila on his behalf. There's no different than somebody who speaks negative things on people who are dead. You have to do this. I am Sham. The sessions by the name of Tim Lord Chacham, that which it says, will not matter him until he appeases that Chacham. Badadim Chacham. Mitzvah Atilo Matirlo Bain Peace or Bain Lovers of the Chacham is willing to forego his covenant and allow him to be released, whether he's been appeased or not. We still listen to the Chacham. But if he the Chacham is not not agreeable to this, and not a peace, it says Mechila in public 3 times. After 3 times, after that we released him, even the Chacham did not agree. Ches, Medina the Gemara, according to the strict letter of the law, the Chacham do his own honor. The Aretz, who was brazen towards him, so it doesn't require testimony nor warning. And he can't be released until he appeases the Chacham, which happens to be as the previous sif. The Chacham dies by him, 3 people can come and release him. The Chacham wants to forgive him and not to mete out this judgment against him. He has the permission to do so. But even though the Chacham has the authority to do this for his honor, it's not appropriate for Chacham to be marked on his own honor to that extent. By Medvar, when this Chubashachir was to say, so if they blasphemed him, cursed him out, said bad things about him in secret. If they did this in public, the rabbi may not forgive his good honor until the person asks him and he forgives him. Some of the such things they said any time who does not take revenge and bear a grudge, obviously like a snake is not a time chacham. But he's not doing for his own honor. We should cover that Torah only because of cover Torah. Because of Rabbi Ramos Ches, and Ramos says Yeshamin the Bisman Azeh in our day and age, and which is time chacham asos ken chavodo. But time chacham does not have the authority to do this for his own honor. So to make to mete out judgment on his own behalf. Unless other people do it for him. As long as he can do it for himself, if he is held in high universal esteem and is worthy of such a punishment. It has to be when it's covered as only shamayim for the sake of him, for cover Torah, only for cover Torah, not for his own cover. There's a famous letter in the Igros Michtavim of Rav Hutner. It's only one line brought down in the Sefer, but from the wrote to a Talmud, and he's not Michael him. And obviously, it was it's necessary to tell the Talmud that he has to chew for something, you have to tell him. Test Isa Yerushalmi. Yerushalmi says, "I'm very Chacham. Somebody who embarrasses the Chacham. Constant so licha dava will be finding that he has to pay a bucket of gold. Because the Rambam Perigil Chayvel Din Vav Shkomi Knasa Chomakom, you can collect this fine anywhere. In Arts, Man Chutzlars, whether in Eretz or Chutzlars. Chem Masi, Hayu Masi, the same as Farad. There were such cases in Spain. Yesh Men Chomishu Mochlim Al Zev Akach Noelem. There are Talmud Chachamim for this, for when, for gold. This and they will Michael this, and this is appropriate. Elsewhere, in both the Nichos Chayil and Nichos Talmud Torah, the Chekas of a Torah, Vizel Talmud Chacham, God will say about great Talmud Chacham. It's not Geshura, and he conducts himself appropriately. Everybody honors him for his Torah and his Yira. Coming upon him, and they rise before it, which Kasar Rashi B'Tshuva. Kasar Rabbeinu Ramah b'Siv Zayin, the Indian Talmud Chacham is man is only Indian Litain Lo Licha the Davak Shemai. So the Ramah says we don't have this halacha today to give him a bucket of gold when we degrade him. Koko, nevertheless, you can sue a basin if he invites Shemi's Vayis. Basin should fine based on the person doing the embarrassing and the person who has been embarrassed. As long as the Chacham does not begin to fight the Bazus Miyadam to denigrate other people, Shalo Kadin inappropriately, they will cause in turn that people are going to degrade him and attack him. It's an instigate. Even the Chacham instigated a little bit. He will have no permission to be brazen against him. And also, Ba'azus and respond to him with chutzpah v'akol. If he was a dayanim, everything has to go according to the assessment of dayanim. I can't show them. Today, everybody's going to be careful, both the Talmidei Chacham themselves and the masses. Because Chil Hashem is very rampant. Arukh HaShulchan, halachas kama today. Reish Mem Dalet. Kimo v'hidul Talmidei Chacham, rising and indicating respect for Talmidei Chacham. I feel in a rabbo, even if it's not his rebbe, uvifnei hazoken, in front of an elder. Aleph Ksiv, it says, "Nei sevat takum v'adat pnei zoken." Before an elder, you should rise and you should give respect to before a zoken, which in this case means a sage. Zel mitzvah say is a positive command. Chilka kosa the shnayim. The person divides it to the seva capacity. The seva is as the simple meaning of the pasuk. Shekil Shimashona, if he's 70 years old, I feel any time with chacham. If he's not a chacham, vachi lo yeh Russia, as long as he's not Russia, he should get people should rise before him. Chazal b'kiddushin. Chazal expound this kiddushin. Daflan basin they say what takum. He should rise before his seva. Yachim nei zakein hashmai. Is that true even for Zakein Hashmai, which Rashi explains as a Rasha V'Am Ba'aretz, wicked and ignorant elder? Tamlama Zakein. No, because it mentions Zakein. It means Zakein El Chacham. Zakein is a sage. Nemar Esval Yishivim Ish Miziknei Yisrael. Gathering 70 people from the elders of Israel, and there it's talking about Talmidei Chachamim. Vein Zagzer Shabbat Gemura. It's not a complete Zer Shava, because then you would never be able to get even in front of a normal elderly person who not rise. El Klomar Loros Kapanim En Rashmai. She tells us at least he's not a wicked person. That's what he says here. It's not a complete Zer Shava. They can't begin with Tarte, since the possible divides them in two. Shmaim Noshe Dabracha, by definition, can't be the same thing. The Seva Kapashte. Seva is like the simple meaning. Zakin Ushakana Chachma. Zakin Zeshakana Chachma. Person who acquired wisdom. Klomar Tamid Chacham. Unless he's not elder. So it's just it's just a general example that he should not. I don't know that's the right way to translate it. Anyway, it shouldn't be a zaken hashmai. You can see if you know. Base zaken hashmai. Okay, let's talk more about zaken hashmai. Perish Rashi Rosh of Amoritz. He's wicked and he is ignorant. Should face us. He's wicked and ignorant, you can even degrade him. So he says he's not a wicked person, he's just an ignorant person. He's I think Rashi is Al-Kanim. Says Rashi also meant this. This is how good after Russia talk about an actual Russia. I feel time Chacham Russia also have even time Chacham was Russian out to honor him, which is Simon Akodim, like we saw in the previous Simon. Kavas Rashi Zal Kenu, but this is what Rashi means to say. The Yesh Amoritz B'Torah, there's an Amoritz in Torah, Vavo, the Kayim Mitzvos. He doesn't know what, he doesn't know anything, but he fulfills mitzvahs, puts on every day, Mispal, he davens, Shemedi, V'Chachamim, and he listens to words of Chachamim. In other words, he adheres to what they tell him to do. This it says, for such an elder you should rise. And the Amaratzim, because of their simplicity, they're not this being simpletons. They don't put on tefillin every day. Mazal's mitzvahs and their mak mitzvahs. Vagam she'eno says so even though he doesn't do this because of weakness, but just because of his being a simpleton. That person, Zekaras Rashi Rasha Bamar. It's not a true Rasha, but just a person who doesn't do the mitzvahs. He does things which could be considered wicked, but he doesn't do it. He got to count as being wicked. And that is the definition of bur. Adam rake, an empty person. Bur. And we have to relate it actually. Bur is empty, a bur raking but mine bur. There's no content. This case, the Torah said, don't give him honor. Also. But it also shouldn't mock him and scoff him and taunt him. Why? Shano says he doesn't know on account of being evil. Says we don't have such people in our countries. Very nice. Okay, Lita. I think actually the America is in Belarus, but Lithuania, Belarus, they're not people like that. Okay, now which it says you should give hidur to an elder, to a zaken. Zaken shkona chachma. This zaken is one who has acquired wisdom. I feel yanik b'achim even if he's young and smart. Kedek Marasham, as Gemara says, chesed yanik, which really means somebody, a kid who's nursing. I feel like you'll come mitzvahs, even his lesson bar mitzvah. It's basically in the thousand the shach. I feel like you'll gimel shana. He's not even 30 years old. Even though it's hard to imagine that, well, it's not hard to imagine. It's hard to finish shots. They say 3 years old. You come and Tina b'shas, and the girl, I think, also very early age. Come Tina b'shas tinokos chachamim gdolim. Find the shas young children who are very great sage. Shlomo and Elisha b'kitim Chanina ben Nazir. Tmihani, I'm astonished. All these boy will become because they're now Yannick Tzorchia Mufla with Chachma. Should be extremely advanced in Chachma. Carlos Shach said Katan. We'll see that does apply to a minor. Placed by Yannick Tzorchia Zakin. Also, it says that the younger one has to stand before the elder one. Gamzil Shach Katan Shleikin Shnegadlus. It's not Mechoyev, it's less my mitzvah, I guess. I'm not sure what he means by this. He said, I didn't see this discussing Rishonim and Tzarchim. Practice, he says, I should get in the Sham Shakasu, Lishoya Muflag B'Chachma. It was very advanced in wisdom, but near there's a kind of Shehem Muflag B'Chachma. Not that he was, but that he must be. V'Amash Amar moved to Chani Bo, and this is a Rav Shmuel Bar Elisha, that he wasn't at the time when he was in prison in Rome. Yet a greatly advanced wisdom, but rather whoever redeemed him, I forget who it was, said, "Move the Chanibo Shemorek, Kloma Sheyek." It's not that point who he was, but then eventually he would be Ein Shem Duk. The Chemis say, "Lukumine Chacham." Therefore, Timothy say that will rise before any Chacham. I feel Ein Zogim Shani, even though he's not old in years. I feel Ein Rabbi is not his Rebbe. Actually, got a man of Torah, but he's just greater than in Torah. It's time for him to be appropriate to learn. Even if he's not advanced in wisdom more than the other sages of the generation, the Zem Yikre Godel Ador. That'd be called a Godel Ador. I know Din Krabba Muvak, and the Godel Ador has a din of a main primary Rebbe, as we will see. Let's see if you give up. But to rise up, it's even if he's just advanced in Chachma, in his city, and he's greater than the person who is supposed to stand up in front of him. For it's somebody from whom it's appropriate to learn. That's a shach. It's also mitzvah to rise in front of an elderly person. Somebody 70 years old. I feel I'm Oretz, even if he's ignorant. As we said, so it's shor mitzvahs. From what point? What point? In interaction. Does he have to rise in front of these people? Look, Rabbi Muvak. It's not like his primary rabbi, which is by simulation and base, which discussed previous simulation and base actually. Two simon go the who Misharim Merachok actually discussed. It's when you see him at distance until he no longer can see him. Mishagi Arba Moisim, but rather when he gets into your forearm, you have to rise in front of him. So Kimoshish Bohidor. And this is a rising that has manifest respect. Shikar Shipurama may be clearly standing up in front of this person. On account of this person. You see it says Takum Vadarta. Rise up and give respect. Kimoshish Bohidor. And here defines it as your entire height. From the time he enters your promise until he passes by you. Then you can sit down immediately. If the Chacham comes to your house, Ome before him, Mechabdo le shave. You stand in front of him and then you honor him that he should sit down. Le shave Chacham. Because it's possible you're not supposed to sit down until the visiting Chacham or elderly person sits down. Perhaps, however, in your own house, you're the Ba'abayit, you can sit first. But in somebody else's house, who should not sit until the Chacham sits down first. Hey, for us last team, don't be benu. Can't close your eyes to pretend you don't see him. Before it gets into your foramos. This account says, if you're God fearing, if name me, other people can say, I didn't see him. But before Kosh Baruch you can't say that. Anything which is in your heart, it says, be fearful of Hashem. You do it, you call them also, it means you can't get up deliberately before you enters your four amos. And go to another place. In Kol Kavanaso, his entire time to be not to get up in front of him. The same idea